Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
Welcome back into the Rise and Shine Morning Show. Good morning to you. I'm Ryan O'Neal. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And if I don't see you again, good night. We've got the final hour of the Rise and Shine Morning Show on this freaky, frightening, fake news Friday. And we've got a special guest coming online with us this morning. A good friend of mine, Abe, is with us this morning. And we're going to talk with him a bit about the state of the music industry. But first, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Good morning, Abe. How you doing, brother?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, my name is Abe Perez, and I am calling from LA, California. And how's everybody doing?
We are doing good. I'm glad you're up early out there. So, you know, Abe, if you're up early, I expect everybody else to stay on, not go back to sleep and all that kind of stuff, because you're up with me.
Yeah, it's early, but I usually get up pretty early anyway, so I'm good.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, Abe, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you are a traveling musician and everything. Tell us a little bit about yourself, the band and everything, and then we'll get into the state of the music industry here.
Okay, well, I am at this time, I'm in a two-piece band called Glasspirits, and we are an original pop alternative rock band. And we've been playing shows in LA as far as venues that allow us to do concerts. And yeah, everything's dried up and like everything else, and we haven't been able to do much. So we are now basically just doing stuff on the social media, building up our YouTube and Instagram and all that, because it's about all you can do right now. And you know, and of course, even the bigger bands, it's pretty much dried up because they have to play to an audience, to a group of people, which is not happening. And so I'm wondering when this whole thing is going to change to where big bands and even bands like us that are trying to make it get an opportunity when it's safe to go out and do what we do. You know?
Yeah, I know. And the biggest thing that's going on right now, I know a lot of bands are doing YouTube and Facebook and everything, or some of the bigger bands like Metallica and Guns N' Roses or whoever, they're playing old concerts from a year ago and stuff like that. But you know, this whole pandemic, the state of the music industry is kind of at a standstill right now because of the coronavirus pandemic. Like you said, you need an audience to show up for you guys to play. So, how's this been affecting you guys, other than just the money situation?
Well, what it's been affecting is to be able to play live and open up for bands that we can showcase our band. The last gig we did was a very good, successful gig at a place by my house called The Canyon. They have those in several cities around my house.
Right.
And we opened up for a band that was real big in the 60s called The Association.
I remember them.
But
yes.
They had about 4 hits, and that gig went real well. We had a lot of people turn up. We even had a real rare thing happen at that show where a person that I know saw us and fell in love with our band and decided to invest a little money in the band, and we used that money to make some really good videos. We have one video we made a little while ago that I sent to you.
Right.
Called Strangelove. It's a remake of an old Depeche Mode. We rock it up. And then another video of an original song that we'll be releasing anytime now. So that particular gig allowed us to make some good high-end videos. And Joanna, the girl in my band, she knows all about that stuff. So she was able to save a lot of money with her expertise. She actually is manager with everything she does. She actually recorded our CD and all that. She's something else.
So she's a producer and a manager.
Yeah, we had a very successful gig, and then now the investor is having to be on hold just like we are. He was hoping we could, play shows that he had lined up for us and everything, and all that was I'll say his first name, Tyler, and we had to kind of put all that on hold. He understands what's happening, but anyway, we'll hang in there. I mean, we have no choice. You know, we started this, and we've got to finish it. So.
Well, you definitely going to do that, Abe. But the one thing right now is, as a musician, I know this as a musician myself, and it's some people that manage musicians that are listening. Some people that are musicians that are listening know that it's all right to take a month off, maybe a couple weeks off. But it's been since mid-March till right now, almost mid-July, that people have not been able to play. And for a musician, it's psychological for us. We have to do this. This is a part of what we have to do, especially when we're working to the goal, like you guys are working to the goal. A lot of people are having issues with this. They're saying a lot of people won't be coming back to 2021. I know that you got friends that work with some of the major mainstream bands. What are they telling you about some of the major mainstream bands and how they're doing during this time?
Well, I can tell you this, that the drum company that I endorse, Spaun Drums,
right?
The owner of that company does some side projects as a professional. I don't know if you call it roadie. I think his title is actually something else, but he's in charge of all the roadies, and that was something he did as an extra income, and that's been put on hold. He was making quite a bit of money doing that. Now he has no idea when that'll come back and start happening again, because they don't even know when it's going to start. He does let me see, it's Babyface and Jason Mraz. That's who he works with.
Man. Wow.
And they had big shows lined up, and they've been canceled. So luckily he's got the drum company that's, able to still, he works on his own and sells them, but his extra income has been put on hold. Plus he has fun doing that,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every part of this industry is actually being affected by this, whether it's someone that's roadieing or somebody that's playing the music or whatever. And they're saying 2021, and how's this going to be? Something else. Right now we're being told to social distance and wear a mask. And you in California, you guys are really closed up for a little bit. How's the whole thing getting back out there playing in front of a crowd? How are you going to have 6 feet apart for some of this music?
Well, yeah, when they first opened up, when they tried to open up, and they saw that the virus was spiking up again, but I have I know a lot of other musician friends, and I have a friend that is a regular at a place called the Coach House here in San Juan Capistrano, which is a huge venue, and he actually did a gig when it first opened up and invited me. And, normally I would have went and supported him. He supports me, but I just didn't feel comfortable going anywhere, so I didn't go. It's just, everyone's being careful. I don't think they had that good of a crowd at the show.
Right.
So I really don't think things are going to get back to normal or start getting back to normal until they come out with that vaccine. And if that vaccine works, maybe little by little, like everything else, we'll start getting back to normal. But, music being something where you perform for a crowd and, as you know,
interaction.
We're all on top of each other there. They're all standing up, just partying, listening,
Exactly.
It's something you don't do without people,
I know, and the excitement.
Just to change gears, I love sports.
Right.
So I know they're going to start basketball. I'm a big LA Lakers fan.
Right.
And they're going to play, and they already set it up over there in Orlando, Florida, and they'll do their thing, but it's going to be for nobody. Now that they can do, they'll still be televised, and they'll still eventually pick a champion. Right. But music is something, how are you going to play music for nobody?
Well, remember when all of us first started playing, we were playing for nobody, so
That's right. Well,
Right.
I started at a very young age playing the bars. Well, I was still in high school, man. I was in bars playing, and then I right out of high school, I started touring. I did my first tour to Canada, and
great place.
that was all I really knew, you know, for
Right.
many years. Then later on in life, I picked up some normal jobs when music kind of dried up. You know, the whole nightclub thing and all that changed.
Right.
And then I had to, you know, finally start working in my life, which wasn't fun, but, you know, it is what it is. And I've been doing the original thing for a while, and I've gotten really close with some bands that I've been in that did well, Yankee Rose and a few other bands, but, you know, we were playing with Van Halen and Quiet Riot, a lot of those bands, and
Right.
we were doing real well. And basically what happened with that band is the new wave came in right when we were doing real well, so that screwed us up because we were a rock band, kind of like Queen.
Right.
You know, so if it's not one thing, man, you know, music is a very, very hard thing, period.
Yes, it is.
And in that case, we got our break, and then they said, well, you know, sorry guys, but new wave is in, and the record company wanted us to be new wave. We were not a new wave band. You know? That's when the cars and the motels and all that stuff started coming in.
Yep.
You know, here we are, a bunch of long-haired kids playing more like a hard rock, melodic hard rock thing, you know?
Good music.
But, you know,
Yeah.
you hang in there, you keep doing what you believe, and if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If not, I mean, that's the only way you can look at music, Ryan. You know, I look at cats that I know that have made it, and I think, damn, what, you know, and it's being at the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
And a lot of that is luck. Who you meet, who you know.
Yep. Exactly.
But this coronavirus is definitely not helping anybody or anything.